Today, I'll be sitting across from my former self. Welcome to the Speak With Our podcast. My name is Olaoshibiko Mariam. You can call me Mary the Talker, and I am excited to be the host on today's episode titled A Conversation with My Former Self. Is this your first time tuning in? This is where we invite women from diverse fields and profession to inspire, educate, and empower next generation, especially young girls. Today's episode is a little different. In the studio today, we have a young girl with a dream, uncertainty in her mind, and hope in future. She dared to dream. She kept on going and still becoming. She is my former self. Welcome. Before we dive into the conversation, the very first thing I would say to you, since you are sitting across me, well done. Thank you for not quitting. Thank you for continuing to believe even when things were unclear. Keep thriving, keep growing, and never stop becoming. We'll be having a reflection on one of the journeys we had on this podcast. We'll be revisiting conversations, lessons, and growth. Let's begin.
Woman, you need to know that challenges is part of life. You only need to brace up whenever you face challenges because challenges will actually make you stronger.
What does a young girl desire? What are a lady's true needs? What does a woman long for? Speak with someone who truly understands. Share your thoughts and unspoken words with a listening ear. Tune in to the Speak With Our podcast, where insightful conversations with inspiring, accomplished women empower and educate young minds, guiding them towards success.
Welcome back. It's just introducing what the podcast is all about. It's not really giving us what we want to hear. It's not really giving us who we want to listen to, who our guest is. So I think this one is a little bit more professional than that, because there I was recording my voice. It's not as if I'm seeing the guest. I was only doing mine differently, and I'll ask my guests to do our own differently, then I'll compile the two together. And this is where the magic happens. It will be as if I'm seeing her with me. We are discussing with each other, which is not the case, and which is definitely the case if you will be viewing the episode as that. So I want to ask you today, do you prefer that jingle or you prefer my normal discussion where I would just say, today I'm sitting across from my formal self? Welcome to the Speak With Our podcast. My name is Olaoshibiko Mariam. You can call me Mary the Talker. Do you want this or you want that jingle? Let's continue.
On today's episode, Becoming a Woman, I have a guest with me.
Hello, Mrs. Doherty. Welcome to the Speak With Our podcast. On to the next episode.
So this is where I want to correct the fact that I just said, hello, Miss Doherty, on to the next episode. So it is not supposed to be on to the next episode. So now, if I will see my guest, I'll definitely say, hello, ma'am, then her name. Then I'll say, thanks for being here. Then before we dive into the conversation, I would like to ask some questions as regarding to this episode, due to my curiosity, not just me, but my audience as well. Which one would you like? Which one would you prefer? Let's continue.
As an extraordinary woman that you are today, a mother, a teacher, and a role model to many, I would love you to shed more light on the journey into your best self. Of course, you've once been a girl child before, so what gives a girl child the courage to dream fearlessly as she transforms into a woman?
This question, I love the way I introduced the question to her. I love the way I related the question to her. I actually introduced her there. I said being a mother, being a teacher, then I would like to ask a question that is pertaining to a girl because I know that she has once been a girl before. Then that is when I asked the courage for a girl to transform into a woman. So let's hear what she has to say.
What gives a girl the courage to dream fearlessly as she transforms into a woman? As a young girl, yes, you must have dreams, you must have aspirations, what you intend to be in the future. Now let me share my own personal experience. While I was growing up, my loving and supportive family encouraged me and helped me in building my self-confidence. Because as a young girl, you need to build your self-confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, whenever anybody comes and says something to you, you just accept it like that. If they tell you what you're doing is right, it's not right, accept that it is not right. They tell you what you're doing is wrong, and you believe it is wrong. When you have confidence in yourself, even if that thing is wrong, while doing it, you'll be able to retrace your steps back and do the right thing. Now, I also had great people around me, great women, great and wonderful women around me who served as my role models. One of these great women encouraged me to pursue my dreams then. I remember it was even during my service year. I was in service. She got an information that postgraduate form was out in the University of Ibadan. She just contacted my parents, told them that I have always had it in mind that after my first degree, I would like to pursue my studies. So this is one of these great women that I still have as my role model. She informed my parents and they made the fund available. She was able to get the form for me. She started the processing while I was away. When I go back, I had to do some other things to complete the form and all that, and I submitted. While the program was going on, she was always calling to check up on me. How is studies, how is lecture, hope you are coping and all that. To the glory of God, today I have my master's degree. Thanks to this woman and the other women in my life. My mom is also one of my role models. Then she would tell me, if things are not going well now, have it at the back of your mind. If you work well, work hard, things will surely fall in line for you. Believe in yourself, believe in what you can do as a young girl. Yes, I have that belief that you can do everything with God on your side. Yes, one of those women I'm talking about is a PS in Oyo State today. She's a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health.
Okay, thanks to the PS, thanks to the power of womanhood, thanks to the power of sisterhood, thanks for making a girl child dream comes to life. Thanks for giving her the confidence to become her best self. So from this episode, we learned that the power of sisterhood helped Mrs. Doherty to become her best self. The power of family love. Because if there is no love in growth, if there is no love in helping others to grow, there is no how the power of sisterhood, the power of womanhood will emerge. You can see that it is true the help she got from her sister, whereby her sister already gotten the form even before she could imagine. And then the rest is history. Now she's a master's holder. As I forget, she also told us that we should believe in ourselves. He said her mom too is also one of those big women in her life, one of those important women, one of those essential women, one of those women that make signs in her life, which her mom always tell her that whenever things were unclear, whenever things are not going as you planned, just keep on believing in yourself. Because the reason why I'm saying keep on believing in yourself is because the moment you stopped believing, the moment you are going back to quitting. It's just like you want to stop seeing yourself in that place that you were dreaming before. And when you start disappearing from it, it will be like you are not becoming it anymore. So keep believing, keep growing, and keep doing you. Let's continue.
Thank you, Mrs. Doherty, for sharing your personal story with us. As a girl child, even as a male child, listening to this episode, I hope you've learned one or two from the lessons from the experience Mrs. Doherty shared with us. Moving on, becoming the woman you aspire to be. How do you overcome the challenges and embraces the blessings of womanhood?
Becoming the woman you aspire to be, overcoming challenges and embracing the blessings of womanhood. And I want you to know, as a young girl, so many things will come your way. But for you to achieve your dream in life, you must be focused. You need to stay focused. As a woman, you need to know that challenges is part of life.
Thank you, Ma, for that addition. I love that. I so much love it to the extent that I'm very eager to say my thoughts on it. It's about confidence. And this is where I'm coming in. For a girl child to be able to speak for herself, for a girl child to be able to stand on her ground, you have to build that confidence. That confidence in you has to speak for you to know that you are a girl child. Because we girl child, the confidence in us is our identity, is our name. It's just not that anybody will just come in and then just give you an idea. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy idea from anybody else's, but if you have that confidence in you, you won't be able to take anything. You won't be able to accept anything. You'll be able to accept any principle because you can stand for yourself. And through taking your journey on being your best self, you can retrace yourself back. So let's continue as we listen to Mrs. Doherty.
You only need to brace up whenever you face challenges, because challenges will actually make you stronger.
This is where I'm coming in. The question I just asked earlier, but this is where I want you to note the background of my recording and the background of our recording. That is due to dedication, it is due to hard work, it is due to resilience, it is due to not giving up. You can see that it's not a mere background, it's a midnight background, because she sent a voice record around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. as that. I've forgotten the exact time, but I know that it is midnight, and she did it for the Speak With Her podcast. And my background also is not friendly. It's around midnight also. That is what I want you to see on overcoming challenges. That is part of a challenge, is it not? It is. Because the moments I can face my challenge, maybe I was too busy to record during the day, and I chose that time because I know that I have to face what I'm doing. I have to work on myself. I have to become that person I want to be. And that is why I have to force myself when others are sleeping, when others are snoring, when others are and I'm here recording my voice, recording my addition so as to be able to pile it up with our own also. So this is for every woman that wants to overcome challenges. Just see challenges as a way of learning. Don't see it as a setback. Don't see it as a failure. See it as a way of learning, and you will definitely thrive. So would you like us to revisit this conversation on the journey of your best self by Mrs. Doherty? Or you just like us to walk away with this short conversation we had with ourselves on the growth and lessons on this episode? If it is yes, if it is no, let me know in the comment section. So on this note, let's draw the curtain, and this is the end of the episode on a conversation with my former self. I didn't just talk with my former self. I talked with the growth and lessons we learned on this episode, and our last episode we did a year ago. You can see how valuable it is now again. And I hope you can listen. You can go back to the YouTube channel and listen again. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye for now.